After these events, I witnessed another angel descending from heaven, radiating immense power, illuminating the earth with his glory. He cried out with a powerful voice, declaring, "Babylon the Great has fallen, has fallen! She has become a dwelling place for demons, a refuge for every unclean spirit, and a haven for every unclean and detestable bird. For all the nations have partaken of the wine of her sinful indulgence, and the kings of the earth have committed acts of immorality with her. The merchants of the earth have grown wealthy through the abundance of her luxuries." Then I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, so that you will not share in her sins, and you will not receive any of her plagues. For her sins have reached up to heaven, and God has remembered her iniquities. Pay her back as she has paid others, double her punishment according to her deeds. In the cup she has mix a double portion for her. As much as she has glorified herself and lived luxuriously, give her a proportionate measure of torment and grief. In her heart she boasts, 'I sit enthroned as queen, I am not a widow and will never see grief.' Therefore, in a single day, her plagues will come, death, mourning, and famine, and she will be utterly consumed by fire. For the Lord God who judges her is mighty. The kings of the earth who committed acts of immorality, and lived extravagantly with her will lament, and weep over her, as they see the smoke of her burning. They will stand at a distance in fear of her torments, saying, 'Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, the mighty city! In a single hour your judgment has come.' The merchants of the earth will weep and mourn for her, since no one buys their merchandise anymore. Gold, silver, precious stones, pearls, fine linen, purple, silk, scarlet, all kinds of citron wood, every kind of object of ivory, and every kind of object made of costly wood, bronze, iron, and marble, cinnamon, spice, incense, myrrh, frankincense, wine, olive oil, fine flour, wheat, cattle, sheep, horses, chariots, and slaves, human souls. The fruits that your soul craved have gone away from you, and all the luxurious and splendid things have vanished from you. You will never find them again. The merchants who sold these things and profited from her will stand far off, in fear of her torment, weeping and mourning, saying, 'Alas, alas, the great city that was clothed in fine linen, purple, and scarlet, adorned with gold, precious stones, and pearls. In a single hour, such great wealth has been laid waste.' Every shipmaster, every traveler by ship, sailors, and as many as earn their living from the sea, stood far off and cried out as they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, 'What city was like the great city?' They threw dust on their heads and cried out, weeping and mourning, saying, 'Alas, alas, the great city in which all those who had ships at sea became rich from her wealth. In a single hour, she has been laid waste. Rejoice over her, O heaven, and you saints, apostles, and prophets, for God has pronounced judgment against her on your behalf.' A mighty angel picked up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, 'With such violence, Babylon the great city will be thrown down, and it will never be found again. The sound of harpists, musicians, flutists, and trumpeters will never be heard in you again. No craftsman of any trade will ever be found in you again, and the sound of a millstone will never be heard in you again. The light of a lamp will never shine in you again, and the voices of bridegroom and bride will never be heard in you again. For your merchants were the great ones of the earth, and all nations were deceived by your sorcery. And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints, and of all who have been slaughtered on the earth.